Stopping the flow of firearms from the U.S. straight into the hands of Mexican cartels. Rifles, pistols, and other firearms confiscated in vehicles headed for Mexico. This bust is thanks to several federal agencies, part of Operation Without a Trace. Their goal to stop ammunition from going south of the border. This fiscal year, the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Laredo sector has already seized 620 weapons and more than 75,000 rounds of ammo at ports of entry. HSI Special Agent in charge from San Antonio, Craig Larrabee, told our partners at Border Report, quote, "All these weapons were headed to different organizations in Mexico. And if they get a hold of these weapons, that is the battle that you see on TV. Those are the fights with Mexican authorities. Those are the weapons used to terrorize the communities in Mexico." And Craig Larrabee joins us tonight. Craig, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I think a lot of Americans would be surprised to know that there is this significant flow of firearms and ammo going from the U.S. into Mexico and into the hands of cartels and other organizations. Can you help explain this? Who is sending these guns from the U.S.?
Well, the organizations, they do a lot of recruiting to find people that are willing to send the weapons, to procure the weapons in the United States, to send south to Mexico, to the cartels. Unlike a lot of crimes, they often have to target people that do not have criminal records just because of the nature of the commodity they're trying to obtain. So they reach into the United States and find people that are willing to buy the weapons and send them to Mexico to help the cartels maintain control of these areas.
And are these typically Americans who are making those purchases? Do we know?
For the most part, because of the nature of the business, you have to be an American, a U.S. citizen to purchase the weapons. So it's often purchased by U.S. citizens without criminal records that are willing to engage in this behavior.
You know, we heard about 13,000 rounds of ammo found in trash cans. Where are you guys finding these firearms hidden?
They're hidden on many different ways. Sometimes they're hidden in the vehicles. They're hidden in different, they're hidden in air compressors. Gas tanks is a big thing. That's, the same compartments that are used to smuggle the narcotics into the United States are the same compartments and the same containers they use to smuggle firearms out of the United States.
Tell me about Operation Without a Trace. Is this our best hope at sort of stymieing this flow of firearms and ammunition from this country into Mexico?
I believe it is. Operation Without a Trace started in 2021. It's a concerted effort among the major agencies involved in this fight, which is Homeland Security Investigations, Customs and Border Protection, and the ATF. By coming together and sharing intelligence and sharing investigative activities, we can increase our interdictions and increase those seizures of the weapons to try to keep the weapons from heading to Mexico, and also make robust investigations. So we're working our way up the chain of the organization, because the small seizures or even the large seizures make a dent. But it's more important to investigate the entire organization and arrest as many people involved in that organization, because that's more difficult to come back from. Transnational organization, if you take down a whole cell, it's a much more difficult thing to come back from than one seizure.
HSI Special Agent Craig Larrabee, I appreciate you giving us some insight into this topic. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.